Have you ever noticed those tiny things about people, like a slight shift in their tone of voice, or that tiny pause before they reply? Maybe it's the way someone smiles, but their eyes just don't seem to match, and you find yourself wondering, why do I notice this when no one else seems to? Well, let us dive into the psychology behind people who are masters at picking up on these subtle human details. First, you likely have heightened emotional intelligence. You don't just listen to the words people say, you read the space between them. In psychology, this is called emotional attunement, the incredible ability to sense emotional signals that aren't spoken aloud. Your brain is subconsciously tracking those fleeting facial micro-expressions, shifts in body posture, and tiny changes in voice. That's why you can often feel the tension building in a room right before an argument starts, or sense the sadness in a friend's voice even when they insist, "I'm fine." Second, your brain is wired for deep pattern recognition. While most people see isolated moments, you see patterns. This ability stems from a trait linked to high observational sensitivity and intuitive processing. Your mind is constantly connecting past behaviors with present cues. So, when someone suddenly changes how they act around you, you don't just brush it off, you feel it. Psychologists associate this with strong intuitive intelligence. It's not magic, it's just your brain noticing inconsistencies much faster than the average person's. Third, you might have learned to observe before you even learn to speak. Many highly perceptive people grew up in environments where reading the room was crucial. Maybe emotions weren't openly discussed in your family, or perhaps people's reactions were unpredictable. As a result, your brain adapted. You learned to watch everything carefully. The tone of a voice, the timing of a response, the weight of a silence, all of this became vital data for your survival. Over time, this intense observation turned into an automatic, effortless skill. You now read people without even trying. Fourth, you think deeply, not loudly. Have you ever noticed that people who pick up on subtle details are often the quiet ones in a group? It's not because they have nothing to contribute, but because they are busy processing everything happening around them. Psychology links this to introverted cognition and reflective thinking. While others are talking, your mind is hard at work, analyzing emotional shifts, spotting contradictions, and decoding unspoken intentions. You don't always react fast because you prioritize understanding deeply. And finally, you feel more than you show. This is the part that most people don't realize. Highly observant individuals often hide the true depth of their sensitivity. You probably don't overreact to every little thing you notice, and you don't confront every feeling you sense in others. But internally, you're absorbing it all. This is a common trait in emotionally self-regulated personalities, people who are skilled at managing their emotions internally rather than expressing them externally. So if you raise someone who notices the small changes that others miss, if you can sense moods before they are ever expressed, and if you've ever felt like you're too aware of what's going on with people, it's not overthinking. It's perception. It's a sign of a deeply attuned and intelligent mind. And once you truly understand this about yourself, you can stop questioning it and start seeing it for what it is, a strength. If this felt uncomfortably accurate, you are definitely not alone. Subscribe for more psychology that explains what you've always felt, but never had the words for. Thanks for watching.